Hey there, let's take a trip back to the late 90s, when polygonal experimentation was all the rage. You know, the era when games were still finding their footing and developers were willing to take risks. That's when a little-known racing game called Peak Performance came along and stole our hearts. Released in 1997 for the PlayStation 1, Peak Performance wasn't just another racing game trying to compete with the likes of Gran Turismo, Ridge Racer, and Need for Speed series. This game was something special, a true original that dared to be different. So, what made Peak Performance so unique? For starters, its atmosphere was like nothing else out there. Imagine a game with moody lighting, minimal UI, and a soundtrack that morphs from atmospheric electronica to driving rock riffs. It's like stepping into a dream, where the lines between reality and fantasy blur. Fast forward to 2025. And it's clear that Peak Performance was ahead of its time. Its commitment to tone and atmosphere is something we see more in indie games today than in PS1 era racers. And let's not forget the driving itself, tight but not overly realistic, with a focus on mountain pass racing, a Japanese motorsport culture that's all about night drives, sharp turns, and personal mastery. Now I know what you're thinking. What about the controls? Well, they're a mixed bag. There's a slight floatiness, a delay in handling that you'll either adapt to or resent. The game rewards finesse. What really sets Peak Performance apart, though, is its focus on customization. You can swap out engines, tweak parts, and really make your car your own. It's not the full simulation suite of Gran Turismo, but for its time, this was impressive. There was love in the garage, and the game wanted you to feel a sense of ownership over your machine. So why should you give Peak Performance a try? Well, for starters, it's a game that's all about atmosphere and vibe. It's not about being cool in a loud, brash way. It's about being cool in that underground, you had to be there kind of way. And trust me, it's a game that's perfect for playing late at night, with a lava lamp on and a sense of adventure in the air. So, if you're tired of slick AAA racers with too much sheen and not enough soul, fire up Peak Performance. It's not perfect, and it's not even polished, but it's interesting. And in the PS1 library, especially from where we stand now, that makes it special. What obscure racer should we cover next? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, keep your wheels aligned and your memory cards backed up.